Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll look at the dollar, 10-year yield, precious metals, and then the companies themselves to see what's going on. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. We'll take a look at the charts. I'll give you my opinion. Again, I'm not trying to make predictions here. What I'm trying to do is to see where we could potentially pick up shares cheaper. I'm in the camp, the bull camp, that we are going to go higher because of market conditions, because of valuations, and all of those things tied together. So I'm using technical analysis to verify or validate that paradigm. So that's the way I'm looking at these charts. I'm not looking at it from the perspective that I'm trying to trade and make money from a trading perspective. I'm trying to accumulate wealth, get my wealth as cheap as I can get it in terms of getting shares, accumulating when they're down and they're low, than I am trying to make a quick turnaround play. But we'll dive in. I'll give you my opinion, and I guess you can do that. You can use this analysis for this, but I don't use it for that. The dollar's been moving sideways in this little channel here. I drew that channel in. We're coming up against this resistance line that broke through or came through the bottom. I'm going to back out even more. This blue line that's coming up through here, and we're coming and converging right at the corner here, where a lot of stuff's going to happen, where I think we're going to run into resistance. Will we break through here? I don't think so. I think we're going to head lower. Every time in history when we've seen these market conditions, and when I mean market conditions, real estate and everything, we usually head lower, but it's usually in the middle of that move. It's not at the beginning of the expansion phase. Almost always the dollar goes up and then it comes back down. Like people are transferring money from one asset or a couple of assets to dollars, then to another asset, is what it seems like. But short term, we're just moving sideways in this little pattern here. Looking at the 10-year yield, we continue to go higher, 2.46% higher, exactly like we thought. Higher inflation equals higher yields eventually. This inflation seems to be a lot more persistent than what people had originally thought. And here we are with people selling bonds with interest rates going up. A higher interest rate forces money to move differently than what it has in the past. This is good for our investments in commodities and precious metals, in my opinion. It does not mean that they're 100% linked. It means when this goes up, that we're going to eventually move higher with gold and silver. The people need to rotate the money out of other assets into these other ones. Looking at gold itself, gold's it's just resting on this support line that we've got down here. It's finding some good support. Will we break through this? I don't think so. But again, I'm not in the game of predictions. I'm in the game of where's a good spot to accumulate shares. And I do think we're in that general vicinity. If we get any more of a pullback, I would be buying. And silver, we're again, but between this support line here, and then this resistance support line there. So we're bouncing back and forth. Platinum had a little bit of a down day. Again, I would say this is a pretty good spot down here. I like it down here. We've got some good support all through this area. We kind of dipped below it, came right back up. I think right here is a pretty good spot. I might actually buy some physical. Sorry, I get that song stuck in my head. We're gonna get physical. XAU to gold ratio, we're up on that resistance line of the ratio, getting a little bit of a, I call these a little bit of a bloody nose. It's a taller guy. It's not super tall guy, but this is for surely a bloody nose here. And then we kept going higher. But small down days usually means that we're game to go higher. This is the XAU to gold ratio, gold and silver index in relationship to gold. This thing looks beautiful for a move higher. Again, guys, this doesn't move super fast. This is a monthly candlestick. I think it's going to do very well. I am going to accumulate the mining companies at this time. I want them to come back down, in all honesty. I do, because I want to buy some more. Looking at Karora Resources, we We popped up here. Are we going to get a little take where we come back and do a little return move? Tough to say, guys. We're up against this resistance area. It looks like we could maybe pull back a little bit if gold has a little bit of weakness and hugs that lower line that we were looking at. But, you know, I wouldn't bet on a huge move lower. I just, you know, you get these little down days and down weeks here. It's being very resilient for pullbacks. And we're sitting on top of these patterns here. That's where I like to fire off some money. You know, I accumulate in these little areas in here. Even if it's a little bit choppy, I don't care. I'll buy it. And I'm going to be buying it as money keeps getting, you know, as I make money and I keep deploying money. Fortuna Silver Mines is still down there, still looking great, guys. These are the spots to accumulate, in my opinion. This is where I accumulate, and that's what I do. Silj is another good spot on top of a breakout of a pattern. Yeah, it looks fine. If we get any sort of weakness, I would be a buyer on it myself. GDX broken out of the pattern. Again, we're just moving sideways. MMNGF moving sideways here, a little bit of a larger down day. Looking at this, let me get the arrow out of here. We tried breaking out. But on the long term, guys, we've got good support here. It's just kind of sitting on it. It's waiting for gold and silver to take off. This is a small silver exploration company. Looks good still. Koya Resources bouncing around. The arrow is right. We broke up, but now we're just resting on top of the support line here. If you were to zoom in on it, this is a 5-day look at it, so it's a 5-minute candlestick chart. We're just resting on support. That's all we're doing. We broke out. We're like, okay, we're tired. Let's rest before moving up. Discovery Silver still chopping sideways. We're still in this downtrend line, just moving sideways. First Majestic Silver, small down day today. It's waiting for gold and silver to take off. Newmont's chilling out on top of its large, monstrous pattern here. This will run at some point, guys. It will. It will run. And it will be magnificent. Mag Silver still trying to break out. It's between its support and resistance line. Yamana Gold's way up there. I don't know if I'd be buying it at this second, but again, it's broken out of its pattern to the upside. Impact Silver moving a little bit higher, more of a sideways type motion. Aftermath Silver, again, we've been stuck in this since December of 2021, chopping sideways. Looking at Platinum Group Metals, that's a smaller down day than yesterday. Still looks fine. Sibinye Stillwater, if I pronounce it right. Bullish engulfing, moving higher. Still looks good. Looks like it wants to give a run at this high. The royalty company, Sandstorm Gold, it's broken out. It's right on top of its support area. I like it right at that area that it's at right now. Looks good. Franco-Nevada's resting. It's got these small little down weeks. If we look at it from the daily candlesticks, it still looks okay, guys. Everything looks fine. We're just up against resistance. EMX is right up against its resistance line. It's ready to break. It just needs gold to follow suit. We've got the smallest bloody booger. This is a bloody booger, guys. Not a bloody nose. A little bloody booger up there. It's a big, tall guy with a little bloody nose. Wheaton Precious Metals, again, we're right up against resistance. We're trying to break through it. We need gold and silver to take off. Gold Royalty, I drew my little line there. It's trying to go. Metallo Royalty, maybe we get a little bit better buy point down here, but I still like it in this general vicinity. Mavericks Metal is another one that I like in this general vicinity. We'll see if this breaks down. This is a bearish engulfing, but we're not seeing it across the entire sector. Royal Gold, man, this thing's been a beast. I don't know if I'd buy it up here, guys. I'd probably just hold on. And then Osisko Gold Royalty is doing a little back test. I like it down there. I like the back test of these massive patterns. So hopefully we can back test and start moving higher. But you know what? Overall, guys, I hope we pull back a little bit more. I kind of want to buy more. I've got money coming in, you know, from work and the 401k. I want to add it to. I want to beef up my precious metals stakes. You know, I've got pretty good returns on the energy sector. This has remained kind of low, and I'm trying to balance it out and add some more money into it because I do think at some point this is going to return massively. So I'm in there. I'm accumulating and I'm being patient. That's how you make money. And sometimes that's all it takes is just being patient. Uh, the the name of the game here is just to really do nothing. I mean, buy things when it's cheap and then do nothing and then wait. Sometimes it takes a long time. I've been buying platinum since 2019. I bought a copious amount in 2020 when it was way down, and I'm just still holding on. I'm not really doing anything. Maybe I'll buy another ounce or two of platinum. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but if I can find some deals, I'll fire some off. That's just what I do. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at finding_finance. And if you want to check out my website, it is finding-value.com. And that's what I've got. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.